but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Switch. Patch it.
2nd and 6. Looking middle, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On the ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. On the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 49ers 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Howard. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Looking to throw. Eason. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
11.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I got you. That's me. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike's right.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 180!
I'm trying to collect.
Flag!
44.
Hey, gun.
Army.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll try the left side. Swift. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10, running with Howard, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Eason, they'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
At the 2-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
13.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Ready, set.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. That's right, baby.
On 1st down, Pollard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Down. 90 Wolf.
Check. Watch 54.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Watch the shift. Switch it.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's into the clear. The 40. Past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So quite a turn of events right there.
Indeed it is. I mean, they thought the worst that could happen was they'd get a field goal attempt to break the tie. Instead, interception, long return, and now the other guys have a great shot to go ahead.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They come out here in the eye.
65.
Now we give to the big fullback use check. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line.
Here we go.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. It's Coleman here. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman as the first half is winding down. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even? They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone.
That's it, baby. You don't work.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Got it.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you. Hey, watch this.
They'll run with Pollard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's it, baby.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Jim.
2nd and 5. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
First down, Miami.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st down, Swift. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
70, Indy.
Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down now, it's Howard. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Eason. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 11, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, Haywood.
21-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo, deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
To throw on 2nd down, Eason. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Check, crouch. Check, nipple. Check, go.
On 1st down, Pollard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Down. 18, Gator.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's get it.
At the 25.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Hey, gun.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
3rd down and 6.
Here we go. 180.
Watch the curl.
One, Omaha.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
21.
Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Back now here in Santa Clara. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Looking to throw. Eason, wide open receiver, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, Swift. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Go ahead.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Garoppolo now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. Go ahead, man.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. That is caught inside the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Also the guard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 11. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. They'll try the left side. Swift, a beautiful fake. Fancy footwork at the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Mike 54. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Get ready.
On 1st and 10, Eason looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Run for Pollard. There he goes left side. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. If there was a time to break off a nice run like that, it was right here to grab the lead in the 4th.
And it's just so much stress on a defense in that situation because you're looking at the clock. What are we guarding against? What's the first thing, right? The strike to the end zone, throwing the ball. Instead, they come back and hit him with a run, block it well, and how about the physical run he made? Terrific job finding his way to the end zone to give him the lead.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Hey, Zoo.
They'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
What do you need?
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
Now Garoppolo. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Back to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Coleman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
7-yard gain. Brought down just shy of the goal line. First down and goal to go.
They come out here in the eye. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk with 1 second remaining as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all to score as the kick's away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
On the double. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Silver.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Back to throw. Eason. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2.
Here we go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
11.
44, Mike, 44. Man, let's get some penetration.
What can Garoppolo do now with his drive? And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
13.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 20, 10, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the 49ers, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again